I'm going to build for an Amiga 500 a gadget you plug into the side.
Yes.
And it gives you lots of diagnostic information about the health of that Amiga 500.
That would be pretty cool, actually. That would be really quite exciting.
Yeah. So this does nothing.
So, Nigel, I'm intrigued. What is this idea that you want to tell me about?
I'm going to learn real-time operating systems.
Real-time operating systems?
Yes.
You're going to have to enlighten me.
It's for electronic devices that have lots of different electronic components, and it's for scenarios where there's a time critical element, and that could be, you know, a medical device or something.
Oh, so like a pacemaker, maybe?
Could be.
I mean, could you give me a typical example?
Probably not.
Okay.
So your medical devices obviously have to work and be reliable and all the rest of it.
Sure.
Your computer, whilst they're good at things and playing YouTube videos and stuff like that,
sure,
but they don't really have to work all the time.
Sure.
And quite often they can be busy doing one thing which slows another thing down.
Yes.
So the idea of a real-time operating system, as I understand it, because I've bought the book but I haven't read it yet, is when there's things that have to happen very rapidly, there's timing constraints, and those timing constraints could actually be somehow the nature of the electronic bits that make up the gadget. Just getting something done very quickly when something happens.
Right.
Now, would you like to ask me what I'm going to build?
Well, yes, I was coming to that.
Yeah. So I've got over there an Amiga 600.
Okay. From the mid-90s?
Yes, early 90s. Which I'm going to sell. It's already for sale.
Okay.
I'm going to build for an Amiga 500, which I've got ordered, a gadget you plug into the side.
Yes.
And it gives you lots of diagnostic information about the health of that Amiga 500.
Okay.
So there's a big community of Amiga enthusiasts out there, and they're all scrambling around for bits and pieces of Amiga 500s and 600s and whatever.
Old hardware.
And they do fail. There's capacitors, electrolytic capacitors.
These are all the old printed circuit boards.
They're
just simply not available anymore. Or if they are,
well, they're not made
stock
anymore. And there's custom chips in these Amigas, and if you have to get another one,
you can't replace them like a sort of modern ARM chip or something like that.
No. Interestingly, I will be using a modern ARM chip to plug in the side. So the real time part of it is that it's actually going to this slot on the side of an Amiga 500. It actually gives you
data port.
Yeah, it gives you exposes all the pins of the pretty much of the 68000 microprocessor inside.
So it's possible to do a full diagnostic.
I don't know how full, because there's probably bits that aren't exposed there, but you could do an awful lot. And there are enthusiasts who, according to my AI over in the corner, would rather not open up an Amiga 500 if they can avoid it.
I would have thought that's true of any old computer.
It might have a seal on it.
Well, I mean, it just presumably creates all kinds of risks. Just doing
anti-static
if they can be avoided, so much better.
If you rub a balloon on your hair and then
fragile,
things that have value, valuable.
valuable. I was going
So
to say defunct, but
yeah,
valuable in the sense of no longer manufactured, parts
Exactly.
no longer available.
Yeah.
Could potentially be in a museum.
Yeah. So the real-time aspect is basically it's going to have to respond to and do things on those, 16 plus 16 or whatever data lines and address lines very quickly. In order to, so it's basically software kind of acting a bit like it's a chip.
Yeah.
So it's doing things very quickly, and if it's busy doing something else, it's still got to do those time critical stuff quickly. So that's the gist of it. So the aim is to learn real time operating systems. So I've got like digital electronics background.
In and of itself, that's not a particularly futile exercise.
Thank you.
That's a valuable skill to have.
Thank you. The Will is a cynic, I might say, and
Well, not
sorry to use such a broad term.
Yes,
but
no.
What I'm saying is that is good coming from Will.
Well, given how many electronic devices there are out there, and given our obvious dependency on these things, everyday devices that we tend not to think very much of, somebody's got to be able to fix them and diagnose them.
Yeah.
I mean, just by way of an aside, for illustration, my own oven, believe it or not.
Oh yeah.
I didn't realise this, and to be honest, if I had, I probably would not have bought it. But my own built-in oven has its own microprocessor connected to a whole bunch of sensors built into the bloody thing, such that it's constantly running diagnostics.
Yeah.
And one of those sensors failed not very long ago, and I couldn't get my bloody oven to work. When I eventually called up the manufacturers, who sent out an engineer at vast expense, and he said, "Oh yeah, everything's fine. I just need to reboot it." Pretty much, because one of the sensors apparently incorrectly reported some data point or something to do with the internal temperature. And the operating system went, shut the whole thing down.
That's the way we're going these days, isn't it?
So he quite literally just rebooted the operating system, and sure enough, switched the oven off from the mains, switched it back on again, and lo and behold, the thing leaped into life. And I just sort of felt, Christ, this is something a trained monkey could do. But the point being, if the software is, shite, for want of a better word, or got a bug, we need people like your good self.
Oh, thank you.
Or persons with those skills able to fix them. So it's. I may have poo-pooed the idea when you first mooted it, but actually it does make sense.
I will actually. There's a little bit of history. So I thought, well, let's see if I can sell some of this old tap. And then I thought, well, I suppose I better check if it works, because I never powered it up. And that turned into sort of, well, I suppose if I bought a such and such, I could test it.
In all fairness, when you first talked about, and I assume you're going to talk about your Oric.
Yes. Because I spent quite a bit of money.
My first question is, well, just why?
What's the point? I bought one of these because when I was 14, this was not this particular one, but this model.
Ever computer.
My first ever computer. And it costs about £100, and you plug it into your telly.
Pre-Sinclair ZX Spectrum?
It came just after the Spectrum. It was ZX Spectrum, some would say impersonator, some would say competitor.
Similar.
It had very good sound.
Programmable with basic, beginners, all perfect.
Yep.
Beginners, all-purpose symbolic instruction code.
That's right, yeah.
I only know this because I'm the same generation and wrote
That's
my own.
it, yeah.
I even wrote computer games for well, I'm a Spectrum boy, but
oh, okay, yeah.
Well,
So
my first ever
we've got
computer
the
was
basic programs in this book. And you would type these in. You'd
Yeah.
buy the book and you'd type them in.
I remember
That's actually
doing
as a
that with
floppy.
the Spectrum and taking laboriously spending an entire day typing it in, and if you'd made one tiny syntax error, the whole thing wouldn't run. Yeah.
Anyway, so how this came about, I'll wind this up a bit quickly because this is going on a little bit longer than, and we've still got probably long to go. So
Okay.
let's speed it up a bit. So I was thinking, ditch some of this old tech. That became, I wonder if it works. That became, I wonder if I can make it work.
Yeah.
And that became, I'll buy some bits to try and get it to work. So it's all very, I'm basically buying more stuff.
You weren't thinking at this stage about how to connect all these things together, just can I get it all to work?
So the thing with an ORIC was you would plug it into a tape recorder for the data. So you'd record onto a cassette tape, and you'd buy
analog input stream.
You'd buy the games. Here we
Yeah.
have ORIC Multi Games 1,
Yeah.
and you'd play that tape on a cassette player. It's a bit like a CD.
Yeah. I fondly remember buying tapes at
Yeah.
W.H. Smith's of the games. And
But of course, tape players and recorders, they have to be, for this purpose, in a way, they have to be a bit crappy. So
crappy? You mean?
I mean,
Crappy's a technical term.
they don't have. If it goes through a graphic equalizer, which a lot of things do to make it sound nice, that's for making music sound nice. So you want something that's more raw.
Clean up the signal, you mean? Or just, or modify the signal?
no, sort of not cleaned,
Okay.
more raw sort of thing.
Okay, with a lot of static, you mean, or
Well, static isn't good, but graphic equalizers, I mean, well, no,
they changed the range of tonal range of certain signals.
I mean, basically, the signal is square. It's
Yeah.
going between two voltages on the data format. But if you put it through a graphic equalizer, that will make those sharp square edges sort of, they call it ringing, and it kind of bounces up and down, and when it goes down, it bounces down. And those little wiggles that the graphic equalizer that can put in can cause problems, basically.
Sure.
So, but I didn't want to buy a tape recorder, so I started thinking, well, could I use a gadget?
As an analog signal, presumably.
Yeah.
What other methods could I use?
It could be
other than an old-fashioned
Yeah.
magnetic tape recorder
Yeah.
to input data
Yeah.
or input software
Yeah.
code
Yeah, that's it.
into the computer so that I can run.
Basically, I was trying to avoid spending 30 quid on Amazon, because you can buy cassette recorders
Of course
on
you can.
Amazon for 30 quid.
Right.
And I asked the AI, and because that's the world we live in now, and it said, oh, of course you'd need a real-time operating system for that. And my little ears pricked up, because I have
And
had...
you said, what's a real-time
No,
operating?
I knew what a real-time operating system was, to some extent. A real-time operating system is a thing that several recruiters have asked me if I know.
And
And
you
I've
said
had to
no.
say no. And that's why I haven't got a job. Well, that's one of the reasons I haven't got a job. There are other reasons.
Sure.
So, I'm a software engineer.
Yes.
Worth mentioning. But I haven't done real-time operating systems. And then I said to the AI, would this be a cheap project with which I could learn real-time operating systems? And he said, yes, brilliant idea.
use it as a kind of learning experience.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. A project.
And
yeah.
presumably, you said jumping ahead or trying to join the dots.
Yeah.
The point of this exercise that we're engaged in now, the point of this interview, is to act as a kind of sales pitch. Well, that's probably the wrong way of putting it, but
a portfolio.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for.
That's the word.
A way of articulating your ideas, how this
Yeah.
came about, and presumably, when it comes time to actually seek employment.
Yeah. Well, now is the time, but
you could actually use this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's the gist. But
Right. But
I went to Will.
in that context,
Yeah.
it isn't quite as daft an idea.
Yes. What I was just about to say was I have previously spoken to Will about this, and Will spoke to his
it was
friend.
daft, but
I know. Will spoke to his friend, and came back with the same question that Will was asking in the back of his mind.
just
Why?
What? But
So,
just
yeah.
not. The thing to emphasise is I wasn't seeking to make a value judgment.
Oh no! You would never
No.
do such a thing, Will.
It was more a case of what is the point?
Yeah. So
Meaning,
the point.
let me just.
Yeah.
When I asked why, was what is the value in doing this? Why would one bother? What do you, let me, if you can put it another way, what would you be achieving by doing this?
Yeah.
Now,
So we've got an answer.
I
now.
can understand that there is obviously the utility element. You're helping out a community of
Oric owners.
Oric owners and people who like maintaining old
Yeah.
technology,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
an altruistic thing to do. But I can see the greater benefit which accrues to you, which is through doing this, which is a noble, kindly activity, how you could actually learn. Because,
benefit, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like all technologies, and I say this as a geek myself, I mean, I'm a legal technologist, I'm a former software engineer myself. You can learn only so much by reading a book
Yeah.
and maybe studying a YouTube video.
Yeah.
The way you actually learn how a technology works, the way you actually learn
Do
how to
it, or at
code,
least try to do it.
is to give yourself a project
Yeah.
and actually
Absolutely,
build something. Yeah.
Well.
Yes.
Tell Nigel to get out to the Amiga. We're running out of time.
Right.
Let's just see if we're still recording.
Tell me about the Amiga.
Okay,
yes,
so one of the
no.
problems with this is there's not a great deal of enthusiasts for Oric. I mean, not to offend anyone, but because I'm sure they're very passionate. But I also had an Amiga 600 over here.
So you had a 200, 500 and a 600.
No, this is an Oric one.
Yeah.
I had an Amiga 600 that I
Okay.
didn't know if it worked. Plugged it in, very fuzzy, on the TV. Oh, and bought a TV to get it to work as well.
You would have to, because you probably couldn't use a modern
That's
monitor.
it, yeah.
With
So
yeah.
I got fuzzy image, and then I suppose I could try the RGB output, which doesn't go through all the capacitors that tend to die. So I bought cable. That was another 20 quid, and
Guess
plugged
this
it
is
in.
part of the problem with old
and-
tech, isn't it?
Yeah. So, yeah, I've got a clear image of the boot up screen that doesn't let you do anything apart from stick a disk in.
So it will actually boot.
It boots,
Okay.
but
Well, that's a good start.
it's a
obviously.
good start. But the only way it's not got a cassette port.
Yeah.
The Amiga, that was a bit after those
Couldn't
days.
you just use any tape recorder?
No, it doesn't have a port to connect to a cassette player.
So how did you get software into it?
I didn't get any software. into it.
Originally, when the
Oh, it's got a floppy drive built
okay.
in. But my AI, my trusty AI, whichever one it was, I speak
Yeah.
to many, it said, whatever you do, don't stick any of your floppy disks that's been in the loft into there,
Bad
because there'll be mould and dust on them. If
Yeah.
mould gets onto the head, that turns it into sandpaper and just
You'll ruin
destroys
the
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, I couldn't do anything with it. Except
So
sell
are
it.
you saying when the Amiga 600 first came out, it was never intended to be connected to a tape machine?
That's right, yeah.
That's bizarre.
No, it's not that old. It's 90s. It's not 80s. So
I suppose at that stage they were thinking tape recorders are now defunct then, and
not so much tape record. Floppy disks are quicker.
The default storage media
Has
technology moved on to floppy disks.
Yeah, but now
These are all the old 5-inch floppies rather than the 3-inch
3.5.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think 3.5. It might be 3.
God, I used to have thousands of 3.5-inch floppies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You wanted to build another device to get it.
yeah, I did start thinking about plugging into this
A similar
this
real-time device.
expansion port
Yeah.
here, and that gives you access to the microprocessor in there, which is the
Is there a
6502.
similar expansion port for the Amiga?
Right, that's the thing. So the first thing is that the Amiga 600 had this thing. Well, they started doing surface mount circuit boards, where you cover it in paste when you build it, and you have a robot stick all these components on. Then it goes into an oven, and that melts the solder. Basically, it's a cheaper robotic way of building a circuit. But
Yes.
the problem is,
Rather than you having to hand solder it yourself.
but what happened was one of the types of components going on there is electrolytic capacitors, or electrolytic, I don't know how you call it.
Electrolytic, yeah.
Electrolytic. And over the course of about 30 years or so,
Yeah.
and that is about the limit, I don't know precisely, but
These
these
degrade.
they degrade, they dry up. And on this one, well, actually, this one works, so I don't know if it's. You can replace them.
Well, that's the point, but you'd have to actually take the thing apart and take the circuit
Yeah,
board
yeah.
out and use diagnostic
Yeah,
tools.
the catch
Get it
with
up,
the surface.
rigged up to an oscilloscope. presumably.
Yeah, well, you don't really. Basically, there's this process called recapping, where you basically replace all the electrolytic capacitors, and it's job done. And it's on quite old tech, like 80s tech. It's quite easy because you just solder it, pull the old ones off, and look at the numbers on them, and stick a modern version of the same one back in.
Sure.
The catch with the surface mount technology that the Amiga 600 had is this stuff that leaks out over 30 years has a habit of eating copper PCBs.
It's probably got, I mean, this is the limits of my mechanical engineering and chemistry knowledge, but it's probably got some acidic chemical in it.
Yucky stuff in it.
Yucky stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway. So,
Okay, sorry everybody. You haven't been able to see Will for a while.
Oh.
But we can edit anything in. I mean, I may just use my comedic abilities to paste something else that maybe is already there. Maybe for the last 10 minutes you've been seeing something perhaps not too comical, because that'd be rude to Will. But let's turn Will's camera on again. So we'll press that button. And we have Will back.
Hi, everybody.
So we've got that on tape.
Yeah.
So we've got the audio, we've got this recording. Not too much of a disaster.
So, to
So
recap,
surface mount.
yes.
It's, well, first of all, it's more of a faff to replace these capacitors because they're little and they're directly soldered onto the board. They haven't got like wires going through holes.
To interrupt you,
Yeah.
if you're going to produce, as I assume you are, a similar device to the one you're wanting to create for the ORIC for your Amiga, would it not make sense to do a full diagnostic of the internal circuit boards or the current condition of the Amiga before you proceeded?
Yes. So what I'm doing...
I mean, if it isn't going to work, I mean, if the Amiga, if the computer itself isn't going to work, with the best will in the world, where input
that is it. I woke up one day and thought, I learned about this surface mount disaster, as they call it. Basically, there's all this old tech that's...
I may be able to help you out in that regard.
Oh, we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
But I suddenly thought, did the Amiga 500 use surface mount? Because I remember when the 600 came out, it did this surface mount thing. I suddenly remembered that. So it actually turns out that Amiga 500s, the slightly older version, they did use through-hole capacitors, which are easy to replace, and because they're raised above the circuit board, they tend not to destroy the circuit board themselves.
So in other words, you could come along with a soldering iron, remove them, and replace them with new.
Yeah. So even better, what I've done is bought, it's on its way into the post about now,
right?
One that's already refurbed, so it's recapped.
Oh, wow.
With new capacitors on it.
So you're going to have to get out your screwdrivers, take the thing apart.
Yeah, so I don't have to do that. Yeah. So
I mean, the whole thing's been refurbed.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, so by an enthusiast, and furthermore, he's along with some other people have developed this thing called a GoTech. I don't know if that's a company or whatever, but it's a modern replacement for the floppy drive.
Okay, interesting.
And you just stick a little SD card in there, and you have a little display, and you choose which disc you want, which is on your SD card, and play your game.
They must have worked out some way to physically connect the thing, because there isn't actually a data port.
Yeah, it basically emulates. I mean, you open it up and you take out the floppy drive and you put this thing in.
Right. Yeah.
So that gets rid of all the worries about mould messing up a floppy drive and all the rest of it, and it gets rid of the faff of putting discs in and out.
Sure.
Because they're not the quickest things. Yeah. So it's got one of them. It's been recapped and it all works, and it's got lots of games with it, which I should be careful with, because of course they are copyrighted material. Yep. They call it abandonware because a lot of companies. Well, a lot of this software was written by companies that don't really exist anymore.
Sure.
So I should be very careful to buy.
Yeah, because there are potential kind of intellectual property rights issues.
That's it, yeah. So I should be
if the
fussy.
original author's V software is still available.
I should buy the old physical tapes, and then of course using a copied version. Yeah, once I've got like an original floppy, and not like a copy, because there was a lot of those going on.
I'd have to put my legal hat on, but I don't imagine. I have to think about this problem, but I don't imagine that there are any copyright issues that you would encounter that would prevent or restrict you from doing that. I mean, it seems perfectly possible.
Yeah. So it's got a nice new version of the floppy drive. It's all recapped. It's working. That's the other thing. The Amiga 500 had a similar thing to this, which is the expansion port, which gives you all the address lines, data lines, and a few other things of the microprocessor.
Does this require you to have the original specs for the computer to know which pins on the data port do what?
Well, luckily, I'm a hoarder. which means I
mean, the original specs
nothing-
must presumably still exist. Oh, blimey, okay.
So I still have my original 68000 manual by Motorola.
Okay.
And you've got all these little instructions. This is before we
Yeah.
programmed in C code. Well, it's about the same time, but it has, yeah, there we go, AC electrical specifications. All the
So
stuff is in it. So I've got a book.
At a coding level, you could actually specify.
And there are other books that are available online, which I have found.
These are presumably no longer in print, but somebody's got a copy of them. But either way, you
I
can
found
get hold
it.
of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
That might not be completely above board.
I mean,
this is
Yeah,
the Arduino
I
manual.
have to take back what I originally said. I mean, I know I didn't mean it disparaging, but when
No,
you
no.
first mooted this idea,
It was a valid point.
it was more a question of, this is an interesting exercise, intellectual exercise, in the sense of it being a challenge. Can this be done? But there was a part of me thinking, yeah, but why bother?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
what's the point? But
if
actually,
you have a job,
now I get it.
You have a job, I don't have a job. So one of the problems I have is sitting around thinking, what's the point of doing anything?
I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, you've been there, and it's so it helps me with that as well. It's there's some momentum with doing a project, especially, and that's the thing is this video is going hopefully it's going to be part of a series. Oh, I shall read what the AI told me, because it had that response to your
It's
question.
usual guarded, like when
Yeah.
did you actually ask it what would be the point in doing this?
So it says number 5. What is number 5? Why the why is now answered. If your friend asks, why are you doing this?
So
Again, answer. Your answer is now. Here we go. I'm building a socially documented open source engineering project that solves a real world restoration problem, demonstrates a modern real-time operating system, Zephyr, on a 32-bit ARM platform, and creates a recurring passive income stream through technical publishing. Oh, by the way,
that's a very pretentious way of putting it, but yes, that is more or less what I was driving at.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So that bit at the end, that is kind of an end game to this. So I do actually.
Yeah, I mean, even if you don't, and this is presumably your ultimate aim or ambition, get gainful employment out of this, you will have acquired marketable skills.
Yeah.
And if only because there are people out there that want to know the answer to this,
Yeah. And also,
you'll be able to get passive income.
Yeah.
I mean, you may be able
yeah,
to
that's it.
sell
I'm
the
thinking-
knowledge
Yeah.
and
So I'm thinking.
create a YouTube channel
Yeah.
and get
Yeah.
royalties.
Yeah.
So it's
I mean,
not
YouTube-
a completely pointless exercise.
No, it's not. And I plan to keep this all open source. So
Yes.
not
Do
afraid
you
of putting
have
it on there.
not GitHub?
Yep.
Yeah, where you could
I have GitHub. Yeah.
You have a GitHub account.
Oh, I'm KitchenMishap. GitHub.com/KitchenMishap. And
One of these days, you may have to explain the origin of that name.
I know that's going to be a little treat for everyone.
Yes.
For now,
Yeah.
I will simply show them my coffee cup and leave some to the imagination. But we'll come
While
back
it
to that.
occurs to me,
Oh, by the way, sorry, I haven't finished what I'm saying. So I'm gonna. So the long-term goal is to actually put this in a book or 3.
self-publishing is something I know about and can help you with.
Good. Yes. So yeah, self-published, and that hopefully towards the end of this project will perhaps get me a little bit of passive income. So yeah,
Well, I have to say, I've changed my tune because I wasn't dismissive, but I did think it was all a bit comical when you first. And I was just thinking.
I wasn't offended, and it was a valid question because actually.
Well, it was more a case of, I know your circumstances, and I was thinking, if this isn't going to help him in any meaningful sense, why bother?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Are you familiar with the Museum of Modern Computing at Bletchley
Yeah, I've
Park?
been there. Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah.
Well, I ask because the people at the Museum of Modern Computing at Bletchley Park, which I can wholeheartedly recommend.
I don't think it's called Modern Computing.
I may have got the name wrong, but
that's right. Because the whole point of a museum is like a little bit old.
Well, yes. The point of the institution I'm thinking about, whose name I cannot recall, but we both know what we're talking about here, is not just to, archive old tech, but to actually not so much restore it, but keep it going.
Yeah, I'll pop up though. Yeah.
Well, it's, what is it? Just beyond Milton Keynes or something?
Yeah.
I haven't been for years, but it's a fascinating institution. It documents not just the development of British computing, but global computing.
You've got these big discs that are like this big. Sorry,
big
but bigger.
Sure.
I'm going off the edge of the screen here, but they're like this
right
big,
back through to
and
mechanical computing.
They're like 5
valve transistors. Right through to
disk
modern
drives
circuit
this big that are 5 megabytes.
Yeah, I remember.
So the idea is to do a project to connect this little gadget. This is a kind of development kit or development board for an Arduino Uno R4 Minima. I'm guessing the Minima is the.
You've got, this is like a cigarette box.
Yeah, that's just the case of came. Don't open it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, because I'm sending it back.
Okay.
Yeah, you can show it.
Blocked at 48 megahertz.
Yeah.
With 32k of RAM.
Yeah.
And it then specifies as interfaces. Oh, is that the tape?
That's the tape.
Oh God.
So we now have quality audio. That click over there was. I'll take the camera over there.
Okay.
We thought we were going to use. What? I wonder. Do you remember where the
Don't remember what.
digital recorder went?
You put it somewhere.
Put it in a little case, didn't I? Never mind. We were going to use this fancy audio recorder, and then we thought, it's front facing, so there it is. We have been recording on that. And
Height of modern technology.
Yeah, that is probably why, for fun, and mainly just for fun, we've decided to record this in mono on a cassette recorder, which has this whirring noise in the background. So that's what that was. So yeah, that R4, I'm gonna send it back, save myself 20 quid, and I've ordered.
What do they cost these days?
20 quid, yeah.
Blimey.
Yeah.
I don't know, probably as little as 5 years ago, it might have been like 6 times that.
Yeah.
God,
so I'm getting a new one for 25 quid, which has enough LEDs on it for you to display a little logo, an image, coloured image, like a big green tick or a big
KitchenMishap.
Yeah. Not so much a logo, but images.
You need a big pot.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. But it's also got Wi-Fi, which means that you could plug this gadget in the side. So, I mean, it will just be on a breadboard. Here's, what do I do with my breadboard? Oh, it's over there. Hand that over. So it's to start with, it will be a breadboard project, and I don't really know about making circuit boards. So this is a breadboard with holes to stick wires in, and it sort of connects them all together.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a breadboard project.
So once you've got it built as a breadboard, you can then actually translate that into a printed circuit board.
Oh, yeah, that's the idea. I think because I know nothing about really printed circuit boards and, let's face it, soldering.
It's quite a steep learning curve to all of this, right?
Yeah. So I'm fairly confident with all the programming, the bit wiggling, the programming of data lines and address lines and all that. The
electronic engineering bit.
Yeah, I think I'm a bit weak on sort of the knowledge of how to avoid electromagnetic interference and stuff like that. So
wearing rubber-soled shoes.
Not so much that. It's these chips wiggle voltages and can make your radio go funny. So I do apologise to my neighbours and any authorities who are interested. So one of the things about getting a passive passive income out of publishing is that it's quite hard to sell electronics because you have to put it through loads of testing. That costs
certification.
Certification. It costs thousands.
CE
certification, which
cost
thousands. And if you don't know if you're going to sell any of these,
it's quite a major, risky endeavour.
Yeah, you can distribute plans, designs,
so that people can build it themselves at their own risk.
Yes, they would have to check that they are not upsetting any authorities, and so on. So you can build things for your own use without
with all the requisite disclaimers.
Yeah, apparently MOT licensing is the way to go.
MIT?
MIT.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said MOT as in motoring the water.
So it's a license. It's a licensing scheme that basically says you can use this free of charge. You can do what you like with it, but don't come and sue me if it blows up
because you are doing so entirely at your own risk.
Yeah, so you would have to understand.
Well, putting my legal hat on, I can probably help you with all the disclaimers, so that someone doesn't come along and tries to sue your ass off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I'm getting. Oh yeah. So I'm getting a new. One of these that's got LEDs on it. It's also got Wi-Fi, so I can have this gadget once I've programmed it up with my real-time software. Have it present a web page that would let you go to your phone, disconnect from your home Wi-Fi, connect to the Wi-Fi on something like this box, and it will come up with a web page, and you'd be able to control this gadget over Wi-Fi while it's talking to your computer.
That would be pretty cool, actually. That would be really quite exciting.
Yeah. Because you've got inter-process communications, you've got all sorts of plus points for recruiters. Right, so that would probably do. Yeah.
Well, I have to say, actually, everything I said about you, I take back. Yeah.
Let's just get a picture of the breadboard, just because it's really colourful.
Yes.
Not because it actually does anything. You'll see these wires on here. They're all very pretty. That was from a previous circuit that I haven't got around to taking the wires off, but I've taken all the chips off. So this does nothing.
Yes, I was going to say, what does it do with that if it's got only a couple of bits of wire?
It's got loads of wires. It's got a light bulb and a couple of capacitors and a resistor.
It's essentially nothing more than a circuit board.
Yeah. That was once a clock, because I know because it says CK on it. Anyway, that'll do. But I'll just put that there because it looked
years
cool.
Years ago, I bought my own radio with a breadboard when I did some electronics at secondary school. Yeah. Very, very basic electronics.
Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye.